do you feel about the session? We recorded Pepper Adams tunes for 2 days. What's the feedback on it?
Great 2 days for me.
Yeah.
Great company, excellent players, fun, good food, good game.
It was fun.
Tell me about Jeremy's charts.
Nice arrangements. How long have you spent on those? Did you spend months?
You know, if I added up the time, I'm not sure. It was pretty time consuming, only because I kept wanting to double, triple, and quadruple check.
Was the soprano an issue when you found out that there was a problem with me flying with 2 horns?
No, I didn't know. I figured because they're both B-flat instruments, it would still sound basically the same.
Yeah.
So that was not a factor.
How about writing charts for lyrics? What was that like compared to the other days that you did?
Well, this session was kind of an unusual beast. You know, it's we have the singer, we have 2 sax players. So obviously the lyrics are going to take precedence when that's happening, and I wanted to make sure that what I wrote, as far as background figures, didn't step on the lyrics, because that's what we want to hear is the lyrics. So I had to make sure that the horns had their time to shine, and to basically keep out of the way when the vocals were going on.
Mm-hmm. Alexis, you worked on the lyrics with Barry Wallenstein. You want to give us talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, you know, it's funny, I was just with Adam the other day, and he was telling me that he was the first one to work on them with Barry, like getting them from looking like poems into looking like lyrics that lined up with note heads.
Adam Birnbaum.
Adam Birnbaum.
Yeah.
And then, and once we finished our gig the other day, he says, I realized that you brought that process to the final level, you know, really helping to smooth out some of the, you know, getting rid of places where the words were angling in the wrong direction, or the emphasis was on the wrong syllable, you know, stuff like that. So it was a great creative process. Barry was so great to work with, and once I got into his poetry, I really felt like these lyrics made sense because the songs are not traditional standards, and he's not a traditional lyricist.
Yeah.
And I had this epiphany, actually. He was telling me that he met someone in his building. They've both lived there for more than 20 years, and it turns out this other guy is a lyricist. And he was like, and he said, oh, I'm actually writing lyrics to some tunes from the great Pepper Adams. And he said, oh, that's great, I'd love to hear them. And he was like, yeah, sure. And he said, there's no way I'm going to show that guy my lyrics because he's not going to approve of them. And that's when I was thinking to myself, yeah, they're really crazy, actually. But then after, I had this epiphany that, of course, he shouldn't write standard lyrics to, like you, it was just such a great thing to get him for this gig because his imagination was right in tune with Pepper's sort of outside thing.
That's a good point.
Yeah, it was really great.
Pepper was a literate guy, so going for poetry as opposed to more of a traditional lyric is a nice fit. What was it like singing those melodies?
I'm still working on it. I mean, they're some of them are easier than others, and they're very angular, and trying to make them sound natural and flowing, so that nobody who's listening to them thinks, "Wow, that sounds really hard," you know, or gee, those melodies are angular and difficult. Like I want them to just listen to the lyrics and the melodies, and for them to be really smooth. So hopefully that'll come across.
Eric, what's your take on all this? Did you enjoy playing the charts?
Oh, I love playing the charts, but let me change the subject for a second. I want to say that, you know, over the last 2 days, I think we put in a pretty big claim for the greatest 48 hours of eating that I've ever had in my life.
Chicago.
Yeah. I don't think anybody's
I knew that was going to come up soon.
No, I don't think anybody's seen what we did at the Paragraphs Inn been done before. That was the first.
The meat fest.
And then straight into the Too Much Pizzeria Due.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People are going to be talking about you guys for a long time.
Yeah.
Even outside of this world of music, you know, there'll be a whole other buzz.
You guys are real pros because you came in here and knocked out the
I thought the tunes were challenging yet accessible. Seriously, I mean, it had a lot of flavor of things from LaBarbera that I've always loved, but with a different twist. And the arrangements were great. I think Jeremy did a wonderful job. There was space for everyone to be creative and stretch out, but we had parts to play that made sense.
Yeah.
You know, so everybody was a pro and we got through it.
You know, this session was a bit of a roll of the dice. It's asking a lot when people, there are some of us who have never met each other before.
Correct.
So I was writing parts for people that I didn't know, you know, how quick they'd be able to process the information. So I tried to keep things, we didn't have any rehearsals other than here in the studio, so I tried to keep the arrangements simple enough to be doable in the amount of time that we had allotted, but not so dumb that it just sounded like a jam session, you know. So
that's your style, though. You like to keep things fresh. In the spirit of improvisation, you mentioned you like to do it in the studio and not really.
I think that's a good approach as long as it's doable in the end. And
well, you have to have good musicians.
Yeah, and we certainly did. So.
Yes. Dennis, what was it like playing this music? This is the first time you've ever seen any of these tunes.
Yeah, well, it was an honor to play the music, and have somebody take the care to bring this music to life. Pepper Adams, for me to be a part of it, is awesome.
Yes, it was
awesome.
And
so like the
to meet Pat and Alexis and share musical space with them. Awesome.
Glad you could do it.
George, you want to add anything?
No, I feel the same way. You know, meeting and working with Pat and Alexis has been really great.
Yeah.
Of course, Eric and I go way back, and Dennis and Jeremy somewhat back a bit. But yeah, I really enjoyed the overall atmosphere of the session, the spirit of creativity and interpretation that Jeremy put into this great music, because Pepper's music is pretty obscure, even in the jazz world. Not a lot of guys. I've never played a lot of these tunes before. Most of them.
They're not in the standard repertoire, really.
I played Julian before, and then I think we recorded one of the other tunes in a completely different setting.
In a trio setting, we did two of the tunes.
Yeah.
Civilization, Discontents, and I Carry Your Heart. But
I was looking forward.
ballads.
Yeah, I mean, I was really looking forward to working with Pat.
Yeah.
Specifically because we never met. I've always enjoyed his work with Elvin, so it was really a nice chemistry, I thought.
Can we talk a little bit about the tunes themselves, the way Pepper wrote them? Does anybody have any feedback on?
Well, you had a different conception for how they were originally written, right? You changed some of the direction musically,
drastically,
so that it were not all ballad.
Yeah, ballads upside down.
Yeah, that made it interesting also. You know, different tempo feels and time changes were nice too.
So majority of his compositions ballads?
Everything on this session was conceived as a ballad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and slow, throbbing, Strayhorn-esque kind of approaches to the music.
Say that again.
What kind of?
Throbbing, Strayhorn-esque approaches.
Yeah,
you like
you
that?
edit that?
Yeah, I think...
Just take out throbbing.
Yeah.
No, that's what I like, that part.
Yeah.
I think it kind of proves that within jazz, whether it's an old standard or a jazz tune, that it can be reimagined in a variety of ways, limited only by your taste buds and imagination. And of course, overall, the lyrics have to have a chance to come out. We kept messing with tempos just to get it right. So very interesting in that regard.
I was so happy with you guys are an amazing rhythm section, and I just felt like you really supported the vocals. Playing with vocals is really different, and it was just great. You stayed out of my way and gave me all the support I needed, so I'm really grateful to you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're available.
Great. I think I have a gig at Andy's next month.
But you have to hurry up.
Any last thoughts?
Thanks, Gary, for putting this all together and being the champion of Pepper's music.
Yeah, thank you.